Looks like Mimicry is out today. Let's check out her channel. I tell you that opinion videos will get more views. Speaking of which, let's check out her review playlists. Seems like good videos to me. Wait, what is this video? However, that will all change today because this review is about an episode that people like, but I only found it to be just okay. Looks like Stars is going to roast her audience in this video. Now I add this in. I wanted to like this episode because I like it when characters can do many different impressions. Yeah, I can even go as far as to have it somewhat temporarily losing their original personality due to repeat acid like it, like spoiler sight and fake it till you make it. And even my favorite cartoon character of all time has this though. That's because he has a disorder called alright. I am not going to the since I have autism, and this sponsor is no way offended those with that spectrum or that disorder in that matter. What are you doing, Star Master? You were mentioning BC and in SpongeBob episode, but decided not to mention his name. Also, did you just say that SpongeBob lost his identity? Yeah, I can even go as far as to have it somewhat temporarily losing their original personality due to repeat acid like it. That's it! I'm going to play Edgy's advocate to put that you're one. Hello, my name is Edgy Starmaster, or you can just call me Edgy for short. It came to my attention that a certain someone is trying to apply that SpongeBob has, well, it bad did in the season 10 episode, Minute Madness. I know what you all are thinking. Edgy, why are you doing a review of Minute Madness if Stars has already done that 2 years ago? Well, she's won! Heck, she didn't even get out a proper way into that episode because she knew that fans would dislike her video and she didn't get out a bad way in. That wasn't until you two decided to remove public dislikes a few months ago. Well, that makes my job so much easier then. So today, I'm going to do my own review of the SpongeBob episode, Minute Madness. Look at this recap over with. This episode starts with Mr. Krabs making sure that his employees do well today. Already, this sounds really boring. Can someone make this?
I'll be in the office polishing yesterday's booty.
Yeah, that will do it. Squidward decides to mock Mr. Krabs because he does not care for his job. However, Mr. Krabs does not like that one bit. Luckily, Squidward was let unpunished for that. I wish I could get away with my usual deeds while Mimicry telling me that I shouldn't do that. Screw her! I can do whatever I want. This moment motivates SpongeBob to meet other people because he thinks that it will make them happy. And that brings some funny moments. Like how the first day eater gets annoyed that SpongeBob was irritating him.
80,000 impressions later.
Would you please stop imitating me? It is starting to get very annoying.
Anyway, is this what he looks like? Because that was quite lame if you ask me. At this point, everyone gets annoyed by SpongeBob's imitations. Sandy is concerned for him, especially after Mr. Krabs' message that SpongeBob has Mimicry Madness. Mimicry Madness. Do you mean that SpongeBob has an identity crisis? Edgy, why are you doing a video in my room? I was doing a better review of Minute Madness than yours in 2020. My Minute Madness review? That video wasn't well made with the respect of the fans. Also, I somehow messed it onto some, even though I used it poorly in that video. And that's why I'm going to play Essie's advocate after I finish with this leg recast session. But looking at your slip, you're making a mockery of my review videos. Stop messing mockery. Why? It's not like your designs. It's just mocking the one person that you dragged back in 2013. Designs? You know what? You did the rest of the recast session. I'm done. Call me when you're finished. You could say please. Sorry about Essie invaded this video, but she's right. I had to redo my Mini Madness review starting now. After knowing about mocking Mimicry Madness, the game decides to make it intervention for SpongeBob to have to stop making it. But this got worse as SpongeBob decided to make it 5 people at once. I have never seen anyone making it 5 different calendars at the same time. I can't believe that I say this, but that's worse than having split personalities. One calendar at a time, that's fine. But multiple at once? Yeah, you lost me on that. Oh, did I say that I can't one? Don't let PCS see this video. When Cindy was trying to have SpongeBob be himself, he forgot his identity and went away. This cannot begin. In case, SpongeBob is trying to find his identity in the form of a son, but he still can't find it. Since his imitations of other people, his friends finally found him and tried to help SpongeBob again. Utterly, the way to do it is to mimic him. This sounds counterproductive, but it works. SpongeBob knows who he is, only to find out that his friends got mocking Mimicry Madness too. And the episode ends right there. Essie, you can cut out now. Now that you did your boring recast session, you better think about what you said about BCL in that video. What do you mean? You brought him up when you were discussing episodes where characters lose their identities. Just because the episode was implying multiple calendars, does it mean that I have to like it? We're not talking about being madness. We're talking about best calendar. Also, what in the God Star world do you think that episode was implying that? When mocking Mimicry Madness got worse, SpongeBob doesn't even know about himself anymore. Also, have you paid attention to this discernment scene where SpongeBob was trying to find himself? But it was very clear from the beginning that he was mimicking other people, not having a identity crisis. I know that, but he still have an identity crisis because of, Though it also doesn't help that SpongeBob, Gary, and the Flash narrator all have the same voice actor. Wait, they all were based on the same person? Yeah, Todd Kennedy has got some good impressions then. He can voice 3 iconic characters on the show. Heck, I bet the only reason why Mimicry Madness was created at all was because of his impersonation skills. So, you were telling me that the episode was made because he was good at voicing 3 characters, and we both are voiced for the same person too. Like, what if I wasn't Essie in the first place? Oh no, what had I become? What was my purpose, Megan? I think you were my Essie spirit until you decided to go out of calendar. I'd not be out of calendar. I meant to be as normal as I can. I need to take a break to find my Essie identity. Bye. Did Essie forgot about herself? Why hasn't she noticed this until she talked about an episode where the main character forgets his identity? I asked her my old question. I need to help her seize my essence spirit. But first, I have to finish this review. After watching Minute Madness 2 years after my initial review on it, I grew to like this episode. The fact that the SpongeBob crew probably made it to give their appreciation to Todd Kennedy is so heartwarming if that's true. Even if it's not, Minute Madness was still an entertaining episode in the end. If you know my talent very well, then you will know that I do like episodes where the main character plays a different person, whether that is making, role-playing, or has a condition that they can't control. You don't know that? Well, now you know. Just don't tell BCN and we're going to be okay. Of course, that topic can be even better if it includes the message. Don't try to be someone you're not. Which Minute Madness has, by the way. Consider that I'm going to reveal 2 more episodes that have a similar message. I'm going to withdraw my personal opinion about it until a later date. To summarize, it's basically a thing that I wish that I did have to do to get attention in this world. There's your hint for today, my fellow stars. The only negative that I have about Minute Madness is that certain animations just makes me uncomfortable to watch, but that's just a nitpick. I can't believe that I am saying this, but I will give Minute Madness a 5 stars out of 5. It's the best SpongeBob episode that I have reviewed in the last few months. This isn't considering my bias, because otherwise I would have given this episode a 10 stars out of 5 instead. And that was my revised review on Minute Madness. This one was much better than the whistle for 2020. I need to check on Edgy to see if I can help her this time. In the meantime, if you like this review, then you can watch my last one on Marple Gold. Or you can just watch all my SpongeBob videos in the playlist below. With that being said, Spirit Stars sign off. But I still concerned about Edgy though.